Welcome to another fantastic Run Disney weekend. I am thrilled to be here at the Run Disney Expo, and it's been a bit since I have taken you guys around the Run Disney Expo, giving you all the tips and tricks that you need to know if you are coming to your next Run Disney weekend. It's about time that I make this and I talk about all the things that can, one, save you time, and two, to get you all the things that you want to do at the Run Disney Expo here at Walt Disney World. I'll even throw in a few tips about our experience over in California in Disneyland and how this expo is actually pretty different than the expo that's out in California. With that, let's go head in. We'll talk about all the pro tips and see what they've got. Here we go. Before we head in, I want to start out here in the parking area. Arriving to the expo is actually very easy. Right here, I'm standing by all of the buses for the resorts that can get you over here to the expo. You have a couple of different ways that you can head in. The buses, like we're seeing right here, actually very comfortable coach buses. There are plenty of them to get you to and from the expo. And over to my left, there is a wealth of parking. You absolutely don't have to worry about a space to park. They have some big lots down this way. There is handicap parking for any guests who may need it right up front. And you can also get here by rideshare service, Uber, Lyft, and there are some drop-off areas that are right by the buses over here. So you can get here a couple of different ways to make it easy for you and convenient. So don't worry about where you might be, whether it be parks, whether it be resorts. Any way you want to get over here is possible. So the Advent Health Arena is my favorite of all of the buildings, but we are headed first to the State Farm Field House. Mind you, the Field House sponsorship may change at some point, but for today's video, it is the State Farm Field House, and that is where we're gonna get our bibs. The Wide World of Sports complex is actually pretty huge. There are multiple buildings. They use this for lots of competition events, whether it be kids, sports. They have baseball that they have here, track and field. The Advent Health Arena to our right is we're gonna head into last. And that is all of the Run Disney merchandise that you see online that people are scrambling for. And you probably have heard by now about how quickly it can go and be up on eBay or whatever the case may be. I'm going to talk a little bit about that today. I'm going to dissolve some myths for you, give you some peace of mind when it comes to Run Disney merchandise. So we're going to head into there last because first and foremost, we need to get our bib. That's important. So they have really great signage here for your bib and your shirt pickup. And we'll head all the way in. One thing, I am filming this video on the first day, opening day of the expo here at Princess Weekend, which is always super busy. The first day of the expo is filled and busy for a couple of reasons. So you might see a lot of people in this video compared to other times where you may attend. Right when you come in this first area, there is some excellent photo spots. You can get your bib and your photo next to race backdrops that you may be interested in and the races that you might be running. So save those for last. When you're here, just walk right on by. They'll still be here when you leave. I highly recommend get your bib, then come up here and take those photos. Unless you're in a hurry and you happen to see some open spaces for the photo spot you're looking for. So going back to what I was just saying, it might be busier than normal on opening day of the expo because not only are they trying to get in all the people for the weekend coming in, but anybody who might be part of a challenge obviously needs to get their bib right away because they are most likely participating in some of the opening races, you know, over in January when you have marathon weekend. Princess weekend has a challenge as well. All of the races has some sort of challenge where you have an opportunity to run multiple races and earn extra medals for that. So many people are coming right away to get merchandise, but also to pick up bibs because they're running right away or they're running all of the races for the weekend. And that's why it's a little bit busier. If you're only running perhaps the half marathon later in the weekend, or if it's springtime surprise, maybe you're just running the 10-miler, any of those things. If you go maybe Friday night or even Saturday during the day to get ready for a Sunday long race, like a half marathon, it will be much more quiet here and you can get in and out pretty quickly. But there are benefits to coming opening day, you know, looking for merchandise that you're interested in. Maybe you're even trying to figure out your costumes. And there are options for that once we get into the athletic center. We'll see what they got. So as we moved through this main area here of Wide World of Sports, you can see there is actually a lot going on. There's a lot of photo spots. I highly recommend just soak it all in, enjoy all of it, take all the photos. And if you have to, I myself have come back to the expo more than once. There's no rule that says you can only come one time. There's plenty of situations where I end up coming multiple times in a weekend because perhaps I didn't realize that I wanted something and I wanted to go back and buy it. This is important. If you are coming with a family, Harper in our family usually uses a stroller. It can be a lengthy walk here at Wide World of Sports, but unfortunately strollers are not permitted inside the buildings. So you can see they've got a few places for stroller parking here, and then you can carry the little ones in, or somebody can wait outside. There is a lot of space here for little ones to run around if somebody's gonna stay outside with them and entertain them while you just pick up your bib. We are only heading into the State Farm Field House right here for our bibs. This is also where we're gonna see runner relations. If you have any questions or concerns, we'll head on in. So a few of those things to point out as you're heading in. Before we get downstairs, one of the things that you should have done before you got here was to make sure you sign your race waiver online. So you can do that by signing into your RunDisney account. And it's a signature that you can do digitally. And then they also provide you with your RunDisney check-in that you can use here at the expo to pick up your bib. So those two items, when you log into your RunDisney account, will be there for you ahead of coming here. It will save you a little bit of time. Now, you're probably thinking, oh my goodness, what happens? I forgot to do that. Do not stress. Do not stress at all. Oh my, wow. This is great. I'm gonna talk about this a little bit from being up here before we head downstairs. So From up here on the second floor, you can kind of see the whole bib pickup area in a nice, well-rounded way. Lines for the characters are a bit long. Again, from up here, you can see just how long it is. 4:30 on opening day of the expo. So today is a Thursday for Princess Weekend, and races start tomorrow, which is Friday with the 5K. Again, you know, if you're going to the marathon weekend, which is in January, they have 4 days of races. Something to note. But there's a lot of people here. Lines can be long, but they do move actually rather quickly. If you want to come back, again, I highly recommend it. We have brought Harper back, or I've come back to get photos with characters later in the weekend, and the lines are almost non-existent. Normally in weekends past, these characters are out in the Advent Health building with the RunDisney merchandise. Now I'm really excited to get in there because these are front and center, and these characters are really easy to find. They were a little bit hidden in other weekends. So you'll note once we get down here, all of the bibs are organized by category, and then we'll go check out runner relations before we head to the next building. Let's get downstairs. We finally made it downstairs, and we are right at the race bib pickup. And as soon as you get downstairs, there are these tables for signing your waiver. If you were unable, maybe you had trouble, maybe you also weren't sure what to do, you can come right to this area where they have waiver signing, and you can sign the documents right here. They have piles and piles of them and pens. So you just come up, pick one up, and you can take one of these nice pens here to sign the back, and you bring it in to the bib pickup with you. Oh, of course. Also very important, you need to have a photo ID. So don't leave home without that. Another thing that you'll need is your event check-in pass. So that can come in your email. You can also log into your RunDisney account. And I have one right here. Mine is for the 5K today. That's what I'm going to be picking up. And okay, you're going to have to bear with me here a bit because I zoomed in. Unfortunately, you can't see all my personal information, but you'll note here, bib number. So that's what we need to go find where we go pick up our information. And this right here is how you know on your check-in pass if you need to sign a waiver handwritten at the table we were just at. So mine shows I completed it online, all is fine, and they double check that when they give you your bib. So this bib number is important. So let's head over. Now that we are on the first floor, all of the booths are set up by distance. Right here is the 5K, lots of numbers for the 5K. But they also have them arranged here by the Fairy Tale Challenge. And as I mentioned, you look for your bib number. So right above there is is numbers, and it tells you which nice person to go to show them your information and get your bib. So right here we've got the Fairy Tale Challenge, the half marathon is down here, and the 10K is over to our left. We'll see those in just a minute. Before we pick up our bib, I want to head over here because this is very important. Just with every race, there is almost always somebody has some sort of issue or question. Not an issue in a bad way, but maybe there was some technical error or whatever the matter might be. Also, athletes with disabilities. You can come here, register, make sure everything is arranged for what you might need. These two booths are phenomenal. They are highly trained. They are wonderful. Now, can they fix every problem you have? No. I'm going to tell you right now, we always get this question. I want to change corrals. Can I go change corrals and I be up further with my friend who's at a higher corral? No, you will not. You will have to have a very, very, very good legitimate reason to move your corral up. But if you have a fast friend, like I like to call them, your fast friend can move back with you. So there is typically no amount of requests that will get them to change that. I wouldn't waste your time. You may have a reason for that, that maybe it didn't come through, and they will help you to the best of their ability. But absolutely, talk to them. They'll get you through whatever you need. We'll come around here. They also have just typical RunDisney account services. So that could be a wealth of things. So if you are having any kind of matters that you need to talk about with your account itself or registration regarding your account, these fine people over here will help take care of that. There is lots of these standing signs all over that help you get your digital event guide. You're never without some place to figure out where you are supposed to go. There's so many volunteers and cast members, it's wild. So this is newer. Sebastian's coming out right now. That's so awesome. A lot of times they did not have the actual characters in by the bib pickup. You typically would experience those when you were at the Advent Health Arena with the RunDisney merchandise. So we'll see if they have additional characters there. Normally they had just some photo options here. As we move along, you'll notice that there is so many photo options here at the Expo. It's almost worth coming back, like I mentioned a bit ago. Well, now is the time. We need to get our bib. The lines are a bit long, but that's okay. Like I said, they move pretty fast. And if they're not moving fast enough for what you need as far as time to get where you're going, by all means, come back. I assure you, those characters will be there all weekend. The RunDisney Expo, you can check out the hours online ahead of time. That is my pro tip, is if you want certain characters that are here, even if you want them in your race outfit, go ahead, run your race, maybe shower, and then perhaps you come back with your outfit on and take photos here. That's another option for you. So we are bib 49436. 494, oh, this is getting towards the end here. I don't know what that means, but we'll see what crowd we're in. So I am going to stop the video just briefly while I pick up my bib, just for the privacy of having all my information out there and also the cast members up close like that. So I'm gonna get the bib and then we're gonna talk about it. We've got my bib. It really only took maybe 4 or 5 minutes tops. Oh, sorry, Corral C there. Oh, it's backwards, but that's okay. So it only took about 5 minutes tops. You can see there's lots of people helping and getting bibs to everyone. But now we need to take this top part and go into the athletic center and go get our shirt. Let's head in there and see all the others photo spots that they have. Can't wait. Wow, I just exited from the State Farm Field House and I am over the moon to see this gorgeous carriage photo spot here. Oh, wow. They do an excellent, amazing job of setting up different photo spots for everyone. There's many of them, and that is one thing that I thought that Walt Disney World really, really excelled in. And one of the great aspects that I love about RunDisney at Walt Disney World. So over at Disneyland in Anaheim in California, They just returned after many, 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 many years to having races. They just finished the Disneyland half marathon weekend, and they are planning a Halloween weekend as well that recently went on sale. So they have now more than one weekend, and hopefully that will continue to evolve as they get back into the groove of things. But comparatively, the expo here at Walt Disney World is 3 massive buildings. The expo over at Disneyland is completely inside of the Disneyland Hotel Conference Center. I did not get any statistics on how many runners were at Disneyland compared to Walt Disney World, but they still did have a half marathon, a 10K, and a 5K over there. And they really didn't have many characters as much as I see here at Walt Disney World. The expo did have some nice photo spots, but not like this. Not like that unbelievable carriage. So, speaking of the Athletic Center, building number 2, this is where we will head in. We'll get our t-shirt and any items that you might need. Speaking of, lots of locations around Walt Disney World property, speaking of Joffrey's here, offer discounts or special items for Run Disney weekends. I highly recommend you take advantage of them. They can be really fun. Joffrey's down at Disney Springs is offering a coffee with an imprint of the Princess Half Marathon Weekend logo on the top of your coffee. It looks so, so cute. I think I might head down to Disney Springs maybe tomorrow after my 5K and pick one up. So we are heading into the Athletic Center, and this is where you want to make your building number 2. And again, strollers not permitted. And I love so much how they've really perfected plenty of signage. You can't miss it. Where do you go? How do you get in? And there's so many people to help. I would love to tell you they're cast members, but many of these people, like in the red jackets here, are actually volunteers. Many of the people that you see at the races and the expos are actually volunteers. So, friends, I'm just gonna be open about this vlog. I can spend hours, okay? Hours. I am a sucker for all things Run Disney. I'm a sucker for all things running, shopping, and I have a real running shopping problem. So there's not enough hours to be able to go through all of the wonderful things that are in each of these booths, but I'll give you a quick overview from the top here. Then we'll get our shirt, and then we will go down to the Advent Health Center, and we'll check out the Run Disney merchandise and what they got going on over there, so that we honestly don't have a 3-hour vlog. Because I want to be able to point out the best tips and tricks for you in the shortest amount of time on this video. So real quick, since we're looking down at everything, if you want a sneak peek of Run Disney medals, come here, check them out. They have some past, they have some present, and if they have them in, they usually have previews of medals if they have them available for future races. Also, Corksicle is a newer sponsor to Run Disney. I see they have a nice big booth at this weekend that they have not had in years past. They also usually Run Disney sponsors are in this area. Pandora is really big at Princess Weekend, so Pandora has a booth that is not always so big and bold and overwhelming in the Expo Athletic Center building, but they do for Princess Weekend. Marathon Weekend is not so extravagant as far as Pandora. So in the middle, this is all Fit to Run. They are a running store And you can get pretty much anything that you might have missed. Maybe you need some energy gels. Maybe you need, I know this is crazy, but I've heard it. Maybe you need shoes. Heaven forbid you got here without shoes. They've got shoes, they've got gels, they've got, you know, maybe some things to help with any kind of recovery. They have all of that too. The famous Jeff Galloway is here as well. Looks like he's down in the corner over there, meeting and greeting. He's the official RunDisney coach, and he puts out a lot of videos for encouragement and to explain his run, walk, run method. I highly recommend talking with Jeff. He's always usually at the races in some form or fashion. Sometimes he's running them, sometimes he's at the end. He's almost always at the end of the race. And then at the very back, that's where we're going. Of course, they make you go to the very back of the building because they want you to shop through everything. There's my problem. There is all of the shirts that are for each individual race and of course the challenge as well. You can pick them up. When we're down there, we'll talk about exchanges as well. Let's head on through this large building and see what we find. Again, I'm sorry guys, I'm not going to stop and go through every single booth that's there, but I will point out some of the things that I love along the way. If you got here and you thought, oh my goodness, I really should have dressed up. Now I'm kind of having FOMO. I'm kind of wishing that I would have brought a costume. Have no fear. You will be able to find something that you can put together here in this building. Specifically, come to the athletic center here. There's a lot of vendors that have anything from sparkle skirts to t-shirt or costume type pieces, and you can still participate very last minute. As soon as you walk in, they have a map right here of all of the vendors that are here. They have, oh, I should mention, we're probably going to pass some. They are going to, if you need sunglasses, Adam and I break our sunglasses quite often, and we end up coming here and getting some almost every expo. Sparkle Athletic is one of my favorite as far as vendors because I prefer to wear my own types of running shorts or running pants, bottoms, anything like that. So I love that you can just put them on over whatever you're used to training in. So I have a couple of them and I really love them. They have headphones here, same thing. Some flip belts that is helpful to be able to carry all of the things that you're interested in to bring with you. They have socks. Look at recovery, Therabody recovery guns. And you can even stop in here and try out some of their items and feel really good in the process. Pro tip, if you're not feeling so great, and you want to come in here during one of the expos, maybe on Saturday before you do the half marathon, I highly recommend it. Oh wow, I've been wanting to do this for a really long time. Look at this, I've been wanting to have a t-shirt quilt made for a really long time.
Come take a look at this.
Okay, sure. I've been wanting to do this for so long.
This one right here.
Okay.
Look at the back.
Oh, wow. That is gorgeous.
That's quilting that we do on it.
That is gorgeous. I've been wanting to take over the many, many years and make a quilt out of this. Oh my gosh, this is beautiful.
Thank you.
Look at this. How does it work? Do
So-
you send them in?
Yep, I'm in Michigan.
Okay.
And so you would mail them to Michigan and we send you back a quilt.
Okay, awesome. About how long does it take?
4 to 6 weeks.
That's really
I
good.
have a great crew.
Okay.
I have a great crew.
Well, I'm just making a quick video for lots of the runners on our channel. Do you mind to say hello?
No, that's okay.
Okay, so you got to come see this lady.
Hi.
I'm going to talk to her later off camera. Probably Saturday I'll come back. Make sure you get some t-shirt quilts. They are worth it.
2 cool t-shirt quilts.
2 cool t-shirt quilts. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Bye.
Have a good run.
Oh, that is really, really awesome. I love that. Oh, I was talking about some of the pieces that you can buy as far as last minute costumes. This is super cute. I love Cinderella. And look at, they have some Belle and some Snow White. Pretty much anything you could find.
And I told her, I was like, Lauren's amazing.
Here's sunglasses that we're talking about. Pretty much every color, $25, different styles. But alas, we are here for a reason. We have to pick up our bib. Not bib, oh my gosh. I'm still got the t-shirt quilt on my mind, and we need to come over here for our shirts. Lots of people shopping for last minute items. Again, if you want a little more opportunity to be able to go through some of these booths without so many people, I highly recommend coming here later in the weekend, even later in the evening, and you can have the opportunity to look without so many people. If it is one of your first races, I also really like having these framed, and they come with a replica medal, so you don't have to put your own in. They have different options for you, and they help you pick out what might be best for you. So this is Fond Memories Graphics ink. These are really great. I've had a couple of them made for special races that I've been thrilled with. Okay, here's the 5K. We need to, again, really, really easy to pop over here and get our shirt. Okay, I'm gonna take the top off. They're also going to give you a plastic bag in which you place your shirt, and you use that at the race as a gear check bag. So I've got this is what you pulled off, and you hand it to them to get your shirt. These are really cute. I'm excited for them. The princess theme for the 5K is Ariel. So you're gonna have the same image on the shirt that we're getting. We'll give them a second while they help these ladies out ahead of us. Well, that was much quicker than I expected. I ended up turning the camera off, and within seconds, it was my turn. They just handed me a bag. I put my bib in there and walked off. But they have so many people helping get things ready. It goes by super quick, and I should have known that. Disney Vacation Club here, talking to many people about some options for Disney Vacation Club. If you need anything taped with KT tape, they also have plenty of that you can purchase. They'll also help you. So near to any of the longer runs, you do see sometimes a big line to get any kind of tape for any reason. We're gonna come by this booth a bit later.
Red and blue.
Adam has come to absolutely, really, really love this brand, Run Your Run. And I have really enjoyed, they have a great men's collection that I've been absolutely in love with. Adam has absolutely loved it. They have a lot of great pieces, not just shirts, they have shorts and you know, a variety, even some long sleeve type of running athletic wear if you need them.
Reverse seams on the inside.
Reverse
for boys.
seams, yes. My husband is a huge fan. A huge fan.
Do not chafe, boys and girls.
Yes, I am
You
absolutely.
will pay for that for the next 3 to 6 showers.
Yes, so we bought a couple of different pieces both online and at the expo, and it's so worth it. But good to meet you. We are going to head right. We got to get going. We're only in building 2 of 3. So, with that, oh gosh, see? Do you guys see? This is my problem. I could be here forever. It's like squirrel. If you are getting hungry because, like I said, you're spending way too much time here, they have snacks, that's good. But right up here, we're gonna go towards the exit and the grill of this building. There are plenty of options for a little bit healthier than just having maybe a pretzel or popcorn or, oh, the Wetzel's pretzels. Oh, here's another photo pass spot that is great. For each of the Run Disney weekends, they do post a large version of the race map as well. So you can take a look at that, and figure out where you're headed if you haven't already. So they have those posted here as well. Let's head upstairs. Bye-bye, Athletic Center. Don't worry, I'll be back. Adam is not with me for this video, but I am positive that he will come back throughout the weekend, pick some things up. This is a great perk. If you are going to be having a vacation along with your Run Disney experience, we absolutely adore the water park. So you need to come right here as you exit. You can get 50% off for you and 3 of your guests just for the weekend of the races. Our kids love the water parks. It's so worth it. Add that in. It's a great price. Definitely a pro tip. Bye now. Here's another location that has some food options for you. This changes from weekend to weekend. For Princess Weekend, they have clearly a Tiana-inspired gumbo, princess pasta. The nitro frozen popcorn looks really interesting. I'm very, very interested in it. And there are certainly some adult beverages of choice here, whether you'd like some before, after, shopping, however. So they won't let you come back in this way. Like I said, you can come in and out as much as you want, but it's kind of a one-way in, one-way out. And the ESPN grill here has a number of options as far as sandwiches. They have some entrees that you can grab. I'm gonna quick salads, a burger, pasta. So they have even an Impossible Burger. Okay, we are down building number 2. We can do this. We can do this. Now, I know I said that I have trouble adhering to time limits in the last building. The Advent Health arena is a real issue for me. It really is. Again, if you're looking for some regular, they have some quesadillas out here, veggie quesadillas, cheese. So churros and popcorn off to the left. But you won't go hungry if you end up spending some extra time here. So So now that you have your bib, I think it's a lot of fun to put your bib into the photos down at the entryway photo spots over here. So you can have those handy, make your stops before you head out. Everything seems like it's pretty far apart, but it's all within a walking distance of maybe a few minutes of each other. So we'll make a left here and go into our final building, the Advent Health Arena. And it's kind of deceiving because you see it when you first arrive, whether you came on the buses, Uber, Lyft, or you drove. And I should mention, because I don't think that I really talked about it a lot, if you are driving over here, it is really easy to find, and you don't have to worry. There can be a lot of traffic if you come immediately when it opens, on the opening day of the expo. So today being the first day of the expo for Princess Weekend, first thing this morning at, maybe 9 a.m. or so, it can be very, very crowded because everybody's flooding in and they're excited, but there is really no need. If you don't need to be here immediately, or there's something that you're trying to get, like a piece of RunDisney merchandise for the weekend, the jackets themselves are actually really coveted. But if you don't have a desire, it's not urgent, you definitely can come later in the day and it'll be so much easier. That is a pro tip. Tonight it's open till 8 o'clock. If you came here, we'll just say 6:30, 7 o'clock, you easily can go get your bib, go get your shirt, and get out. You can always come back and shop when it's not so wild and crazy. That's my pro tip if you don't need a specific kind of merchandise for anything. And one more note, no strollers in this building either. Bye. Another note is on the opening day of all of the race weekends, they have you get a virtual queue, and it helps control the large amounts of crowds that want to come in and get RunDisney weekend merchandise for whichever race it is. So make sure if you are coming on opening day, on the subsequent days of the weekend, you can just come in. You don't need to get up early, try to get a virtual queue for a spot in line to get in this building. So make sure if you're coming opening day, get your virtual queue, and it will come with a QR code. One reason I love this particular building is I think it is so fun, and Harper loves it too. She enjoys the little things like me. She loves that you can come and walk this red carpet, and they have this out for each weekend. And some of the quotes and things that they put on the wall are fantastic. So earlier today, I got a virtual queue. I'm just gonna kind of here, see if I can, but here. So it tells you here was my queue. Now, we are past that and they don't have an issue or a backup for anybody getting in here. So you can just come in by this time. I took a screenshot of it when it came up, just to be able to show you guys what happens. It's got, you can see a little bit of the QR code up there, and it has your name, and they match the QR code with the name in order for you to get in here. But tons of spaces for photos, so you don't have to feel that you are going to miss out. Wow, this is wild. So this is great. I love this. I'm really super happy. at Marathon Weekend, they were having the characters over on this end, and it was kind of hidden by a wall. They also had these numbers. The distance that you're running is usually proudly displayed, so you can take a photo with them. That's one of the things that I really enjoyed doing. I know a lot of other people do too. So here they've made some adjustments because I think people were disappointed or concerned they couldn't find where some of the characters were. They couldn't find those distance numbers. So this is great to see that they've made a bit of changes. Looks like they've put the characters completely in the State Farm field house. So then that way there's no issue. They can control the lines there a lot better. They're out in the open, very easy to see. Pandora is in here. Again, Pandora is not always such a huge part of the Run Disney weekends. It is a princess weekend, which is why they're out and about. They're a huge sponsor. So we'll come through. I'm going to point out a few things with the merchandise. Any of the weekend jackets. Let's take a look here. So any of the weekend jackets similar to this one, this 13.1, are usually hot sellers. I also know a lot of people really love the shoe ornaments. And we're gonna see, depending on the design, there are a lot of people who go after the lounge flies. Again, it kind of depends on the design. Sometimes people love them, some people not so much. It just depends. And they have mobile checkout. I recommend the mobile checkout. If you have any kind of discounts, and I even recommend that in the parks, just go ahead, you can scan them, pull up your My Disney Experience app, and as you go along, you can scan the items. They're already in your cart. Super easy. Click the buy. You walk up to these nice cast members here. They double check. You get your bag and you walk out. It is so quick, so fast. So whenever you are in this building for all of the Run Disney weekend merchandise, there's going to be on to your right as soon as you walk in. They usually have it laid out with by race distance. So 13.1 is right in front of us, then it goes the 5K, and then it has the 10K at the very end. We'll walk past and we will go check out the challenge merchandise. And they always have a section towards the left over here for just generic Run Disney. And the Run Disney logos and the Run Disney merchandise that you see over here, it changes by season. So the designs that you see today, and you'll see them again at Springtime Surprise, which is in April here at Walt Disney World. These designs will be here through those races. When they change to what will be the 2024-2025 season, you know, the Halloween merchandise at Disneyland does throw a little bit of a curveball. That ends, that will be in September. But I expect, as in years past, they will change this design for Wine and Dine next year. And then there'll be generic Run Disney merchandise with a different design on it for the following year. So it's good to know if you see anything in this area with the generic Run Disney merchandise and you think, oh my gosh, they're out. Or I really love it, I should have bought that. Do not stress. You almost always find this again at the next race weekend. If you will be back or you're in the area, or you wanna, I never condone this, but if you wanna find a friend to shop for you, however you do that, this generic Run Disney merchandise will be here through those seasons. But typically, Wine and Dine weekend is where they change out that design. Let's head in. Oh, I love all this. See, here, they even help you. If you're trying to do mobile checkout, they tell you here's where you go. But you can also get it in your My Disney Experience app if you're not sure, and it says mobile shopping. Oh, let's see if they got Spirit jerseys out here. I see there's a lady with a Spirit jersey. So we got the 10K, and they have pins to go pretty fast. And, you know, the I Did It shirts. Here's my opinion with the I Did It shirts. They're nice, but you have your free shirt that you get. Here we go. This is what I'm looking for. So these are the general designs for the weekend as a whole. So every race weekend has kind of a logo that encompasses everything of the weekend, and that is what I was getting into. I have the Disneyland version of this jacket, and you can see here, this is what I was trying to get at earlier, the coveted jackets. They are kind of a nylon running moisture wicking material, and these run out really quickly. They usually only have 2XL, and in this case it's showing you the logo on the back. These go very quickly, and these are the reason why a lot of people get here very early for that reason. They also have, let's try to find the Spirit jersey for this weekend. So right now I'm seeing a lot, mind you, this is only day one, and I'm still seeing just double XL. Looks like there's some single XL items there. Here we go. Here are some Spirit jerseys. We'll kind of see. Lug is a new partner with Disney. Lug bags are really, really cute. So this is kind of a water bottle holder for the parks. If you haven't seen Lug products, I highly recommend you look at them. They have some great park wear as far as bags are concerned, and I've always kind of enjoyed the products that they have. So here's that Loungefly for sure, and it's cute. It's got, they usually have RunDisney logo on there. But here, again, this is another one that people go after a lot, is the Spirit jerseys that are logoed for the weekend that you're at. So here we go. We've got the Princess Weekend on the back, and then they have a RunDisney. It's kind of a sparkly, and surprisingly, there's quite a bit here. So there's smalls, we've got some medium here, large, and then I see some extra large and double XLs. I anticipate those will probably be sold by sometime tomorrow, at least the smaller sizes. And there's always logoed ears. Notoriously, I would say if the ears are on your agenda, any kind of ears for a race weekend typically are not as hot a commodity as other pieces. Oh, so here's the lug bags that I love. I don't have one of these. I have a general lug backpack that I got at the D23 event, and it's fantastic. They wear very well, they look great, they're very functional, and so this is $145. They used to work, RunDisney used to work with different purse and bag providers. They just started working with Lug in a lot of different capacities as far as bags throughout the parks, and now RunDisney. This is cute too, a tote bag, again by Lug. This one's $100. And if you're looking for coast to coast, this is the design this year for the return of Disneyland. I'm a little disappointed. Adam and I agreed. We thought that the design for this coast to coast shirt that they put together was a bit disappointing. I wasn't really thrilled with the gray color of it. I understand maybe they're trying to mute it and kind of be a unisex type logo and shirt color, but I'm not a fan of it. I was real disappointed because we were out at Disneyland just a few weeks ago for the Disneyland Half Marathon. So yeah, so we did look when we were out there. Okay, so I'm gonna give you a pro tip. If you love unique items, something that you want to commemorate what you're doing, I'm going to give you a hardcore pro tip that if you're running a race and it's very special to you, or maybe there's a race that's very special to somebody, your friend or family member, So I've had the opportunity to do this, and on more than one occasion, but on Saturdays. Saturday is always the last day of a RunDisney Expo. And no matter where you are, whether you are at Disneyland in California, whether you are here in Walt Disney World on Saturdays, towards the end of the afternoon. And Walt Disney World is a little bit different. I've noticed that they've pulled the signage, sometimes late on Friday, sometimes they have some first thing Saturday morning. We'll give you the example of the for the 5K. I want to get out of that light. But they will sell this signage on Saturdays for $75 each sign. And you might think, oh my gosh, Kristen, that is a massive sign. What am I going to do with that? Or how am I going to get it home? So if you want to get one of these signs, because maybe this race is very special for a particular reason to you, you can take it to a Disney store here on property. When I was at California, we took it right to the gift shop at the Disneyland Hotel, and they shipped this sign all the way from California to my home in Orlando, Florida for, drum roll please, $10. And now I have a historic, beautiful piece of signage directly from the return of the Disneyland Half Marathon, just that is now in my home. And I thought, for all the things that you spend money on, that is pretty special to me. It was special to fly out there. It was very special to get my coast to coast. That is a tip that I've never told anyone. This is the first video that I've really talked about. We talked about it in the live stream when we were out in California, but I guess I'll make it public on a video like this, a tips video. The other thing that sells out a lot is hats. If you have anybody who loves hats, like Adam does, hats sell out. Maybe not so much at Princess Weekend, but every other weekend. It's always so hard to get hats. So I recommend that. Grabbing that if you're coming the first day, because hats normally don't last. This bag here for RunDisney is really cute. They always have lots of them that go through the weekend, so you've got plenty of time. And here kind of wraps up the castle or the challenge merchandise for this weekend and the general RunDisney merchandise. Here, we'll take a look at this logoed stuff. Adam's a big fan of any kind of Disney polo, but for some reason he just is not a huge fan of this design this year. I imagine that maybe come November when they roll out new pieces, he'll be interested, but this one is $64.99 just for perspective. And they have anything from pants to shirts to jackets, sweatshirts, hats. But yeah, Adam and I weren't really thrilled with some of this year's pieces for the general RunDisney merchandise. We have a lot at home, but these we're gonna hold off probably this year and see what else they have coming next year. So I hope that this video has helped you a little bit. Here's all of the checkouts if you want to check out in person with a cashier. But let's head through the mobile checkout and out of the Advent Health Arena. We have now gone through three buildings here at RunDisney, and it's been fun. Bye-bye. She said she's okay. She had a little cough fit. I hope that you guys have found some of these tips interesting. I hope that if going to such a big event like this has given you a little bit of anxiety, that it's helped explain where to go, what to do, your expectations. I hope it's given you all of that. So we will end it right here at this lovely RunDisney photo spot. It has been wonderful. I can't wait to run here at Princess Weekend with you guys. and spend time. And hopefully I'll be able to see you at the next expo. I hope you guys enjoyed our tour of the Run Disney Expo here for Princess Weekend. Adam and I look forward to seeing you guys all out on the course. We are at every Run Disney weekend in some form or fashion, at least here at Walt Disney World. We try to make it out to Disneyland when we can. Hopefully you found some good tips that you can use while you're here to make the most of your time, and hopefully you don't shop as much as I do. And if you do, it's okay. It's all worth it. Well, we hope to see you out there and have a wonderful race. Bye-bye.